So it's been a bit. I want to get back into prioritizing creativity. I've taken some steps towards that for this year. Kind of around my last video when I had just kind of gotten started in a flow, you could say. I lost my best friend, Stuart, my baby kitty, my soulmate. He was 17. I thought we had some more time with him, but it was his time. It really threw me for a loop. It just, sent me into a spiral because he has been a part of my everyday for 17 years. He was my co-regulator. He was kind of a butt, but he always knew when I needed a cuddle. He looked into my soul every single day. It's been really rough without him. And we had some other significant losses that followed. I've been in a bit of a rut, a bit of depression, and on top of that, the whole world. It's a lot of constant stress, a lot of just headlines every day that you're I wanted to start again getting in the groove of prioritizing creativity and spending my time in a way that aligns with my values. I have been doing that, just have not been documenting it at all, and I feel like I've been sucked in on my phone a lot more, and I'm hoping by doing this again it kind of releases me from my phone a little bit and puts me more into real life. First of all, look at my baby. My baby. Boop boop. Beautiful tattoo. I love that I can see him every day. Ugh. So the things that I have been doing this winter, normally I'm a multi-project gal. I love the winter. I'm hunkered in, I'm hunkered down. I love winter. I love not having plans. I love not even being able to go outside sometimes, being forced to be inside and be creative and work on projects. And I have been lacking inspiration. When you're depressed, I just things that normally bring me joy does not bring me joy anymore. So what I did is I signed up for the Juice Box, which Rachel Renee hosts, and it is a community of people who want to add more play in their life. For me, it's more learning what my creative practice is and considering myself and calling myself an artist or a creative. The only thing I can really control is how I spend my time, and that gets away from me with life obligations. And sorry, I need a fidget or something. This is probably too noisy. So I signed up for the Juice Box to kind of figure out my creative practice and invest in being creative and prioritizing play and creativity in my everyday life, hoping that it will bring me to a better day-to-day, a life that I'm more excited to be living rather than this stuck being forced to work because of money, which is probably always going to be a thing, but I want to feel less stuck. So I figure if I can prioritize creativity and indulge that side of myself, I think everything will kind of be better for it. But I can just start fresh. And I think that's what I'm doing with this video right now. In addition to the Juice Box, which has helped me kind of prioritize where I want to spend my energy and set some goals and do some reflective journal writing. In addition to that, I have a friend who runs workshops that align with the Artist Way. So I have been reading that. I'm at the beginning stages of that. and joining a few of the workshops. I have been making gifts for friends and family. We have a lot of January birthdays. So yeah, so I was gonna sit here over lunch and finish reading chapter 1 of The Artist's Way and take some notes for a workshop on Wednesday. I also can kind of show you what I made for Christmas gifts, if I even have any pictures still around. I probably don't, but I did make a blanket for my nephew, which I know I have video of that I can show. Right now, as far as projects go, I don't have any. I have been writing a bit more, doing some like haikus, which have been really a fun way to express myself in minimal words. I did not realize how much I liked writing haikus. I'm also trying to read more. I have read Steal Like an Artist for the creative group. I'm also reading, what is it called? Well, I just got on Libby, A Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, so I'm hoping to read that quickly. The only book I've read in its entirety lately is Steal Like an Artist, and that's like 100 pages and it's mostly images. So I've also been reading The Spell Shop, which I just haven't gotten back in the flow of reading, but maybe reading this Libby book will be helpful. Yeah, I've also been thinking and planning about my spring garden. I didn't get to plant any like tulips or anything last year. The winter just like snuck up on me, and then after Stuart had passed in September, I couldn't do anything. But I did plant garlic. Oh, I'm so excited to have garlic. And my husband got me garden boxes with like an arch so I can expand my garden this year. I do have 2 boxes. They're about 3 by 6 each. I'd like to put in one more box that is purely lettuce or like arugula and kale, and have a cover for it because mine got eaten by those cabbage moths. Like the arugula was fine, but then it kind of got infested with like fire ants somehow. But my kale got infested with all these eggs, and I just like could not keep up with cleaning it. So I'd like something that's covered just to stop the moths from even laying eggs in the first place. And then I'm going to grow like beans. I think I'm going to grow my beans in the arch with the 2 things and then the thing. And I'm so excited. I want to beat arch so bad. I'll be reading for a little bit. This is mostly talking, I realize, and nobody really watches these videos, so it doesn't really matter. But it's good for me to be verbally processing and prioritizing what I want to be doing, and it helps to record those things. I hope everyone's staying safe. I hope that you're using your voice and doing some sort of action. Creativity and joy is resistance, but also is taking action and having your voice be heard and being on the front lines if you can, and doing what you can and supporting your neighbors. And I think creativity and joy is really important aspect of being able to take action then, but it's not only creativity and joy as resistance, because to me that feels more like distraction and a cop-out. So yes, creativity and joy is resistance, and so is taking action. So I did participate in the strike on Friday. I've been wanting to work on creating a zine for my creative group, kind of as like a wrap up of the first couple of months, what I've learned about what my creative practice is essentially. I thought that would be a cool thing to put in a zine to share with the group. Friday during the nationwide strike, I kind of just was like, this is a good opportunity to try out making a zine. I am not a drawer, so that's a thing. But I think it was a cool way to kind of summarize, you know, what I was taking action in for myself and to show my family and friends, and just kind of show the human part of existing right now. And this is kind of like what I did on the day of the strike, just for me, really not something to share with everybody, but because it's not like a guide of any sort, but just kind of a summary of how I was able to take action that day and things that I intend to take action on in the future. That was fun. And I liked making this, and I have a ton of construction paper. So like, it's nice because the color's there and you can just kind of enhance it with like gel pens and stuff. I don't really have any like fancy supplies like Posca markers or anything. Some other things that I have been doing, I did a little collage after my first Artist Way gathering. It was just kind of fun to do. Here's to less social media scrolling, and now I'm gonna shut up so that I can get some reading done over my lunch break. And we'll see you later.